Okay, today we're going to talk about everybody's favorite subject, earning money and why people work. If you recall, for jobs you need four things. You need an entrepreneur to think of the business idea. You need resources. You need capital, i.e. money, and you need labor. This slide calls labor human capital. But what's in human capital or labor are the skills you're looking for in the jobs for that business. Not just it's education and experience and things like leadership qualities. So you need to think about what you want to do, derive it from your passion, make it a job you do for free, and then find a way to get paid for it. If you think about it, those who chase money end up continuing to chase money and often don't like their jobs. Those who chase passion often find a way to make money and are a lot happier. So you need to figure out the skills, both at the high school level and eventually at the college, should you choose to go, and beyond college levels. Does education matter? Yes, it matters for income. If you look at the right side, the more money you make, the more education you have is highly correlated to the amount you make, with the exception of a doctoral degree. So you get people like me who teach high school and college, that's making less money obviously than businesses. But again, that goes back to passion. I can't wait to wake up every day and do what I do. Likewise, on the left side, the less education you have, the more chance you have of being unemployed at any one time. Okay, so this slide again says talk to people in the profession you're interested in joining. A lot of people, most people love talking about the profession. You can literally go online, research it, find people, talk to neighbors, talk to friends, parents, and ask them to talk to you. Going in for what we call an informational interview. You're not trying to get a job, you're just trying to find it. And it's never too young to start exploring. Okay, so wages can come once you have your job in different ways. Weekly, 52 times a year. Bi-weekly, 26 times a year, which is different than bi-monthly because you know that most months, with the exception of February, have more than 28 days. Or monthly, which is, say, how I'm paid. And then you have to fill out a W-4 form, which looks like this, for your business, whether you're working for one job, which may last a short time, or on a regular basis. It asks your social security number, name, address, etc. And then when you start to get paid, you get what is known as you get gross earnings. Gross earnings is the total salary you're going to make, but you don't get to keep it. So the first thing, and I'll get back to you don't get to keep it all in a second, but the first thing I want you to do if you're watching this later and didn't go to the chat room is I want you to do these three problems. If you're a RN, which is a registered nurse, and earning $52,000, what's your monthly pay? You can either go back to this slide or underneath this YouTube video is the PowerPoint I'm using to do this presentation. And I want you to send me the answers for the first, second, and third question. Next, you're going to do the top question, and then this fifth question now we're going to do is telling me who made the most money, A, B, or C. Okay, so we just talked about gross pay, and now we have net pay. Net pay is what you make after you have deductions. Even if you're in high school and working, as some of you probably are, you're already having money taken out of your paycheck. So if you earn $100 in a week, you're not getting $100 cash. So right now, you're already having federal income tax taken out of, as opposed to state tax. State tax obviously going to Virginia. In Virginia, though, we don't have a local income tax. We have what's known as property tax on your house or your condo, something that's owned. Some areas don't have this anymore. They have local income tax. You then have Social Security tax already when you first start working, which is money that you're going to receive back in your 60s when you retire, if you retire then, or even if you don't. And Medicare is, again, when you're in your 60s for health care. That's money you're going to get back. Then you have to make some decisions. Do you want health insurance? If something happens to you and you don't have health insurance, you're going to be out, could be out a lot of money. So, for example, my health insurance was much cheaper when it's just me. Now that I'm paying for my wife and my 3 kids, it's gone up. Life insurance. I have life insurance. Should I die, my wife gets a sum of money. I have a retirement plan that I put money away each month. The younger you are, the more it multiplies. Although most people, when they're younger, they're thinking about houses, they're thinking about paying off college, and pension is far from their mind. Membership dues. For example, I'm in the Fairfax Education Association. That costs me $350 a year. You might have a club, you might have other things. Although the clubs aren't taken out. This is taken out directly on my salary. And then savings. You can have that directly sent to an investor or to a fund like a pension. So those are some things you have to decide. Frankly, taking these out automatically before you even have a chance to spend it is the way to go. Pension, I've just adjusted to not having that money there each month. Whereas if I took it out, didn't take it out each month and wrote a check, I'd probably be more likely to figure out ways to spend it each month. Okay, and so these things are going to be on your pay stub, and you're going to see the next couple slides have different pay stubs. So this person's being paid hourly, and you can see the different jobs get paid more, how many hours, the amounts, the federal income tax withheld, Social Security, Medicare, the state, things that are taken out. And then so your check is going to be for $472 net pay, even though the gross for this person was $593. Okay, so this is just another way of looking at it. Same thing, federal tax, state tax, you're going to get your gross pay and you're going to get your net pay at the bottom. And all the things that are taken out. Dental is one that I haven't mentioned. Obviously, that's something you need to think about. You want a dental plan as opposed to just, most people, for example, go to the dentist twice a year for cleaning and or cavity fillings, etc. And this person obviously also has retirement coming out. Okay, so then this slide has John and Paul who are making decisions. For example, the retirement plan, John's only putting 180 away, whereas Paul has decided to put 8% instead of 6%, and he's putting 240. Again, the younger you are, the more time it has to multiply. Dental plan, there are different levels of dental plans. You might, just depending on what you need, maybe you know you have bad teeth and you want to go into the more expensive one, or maybe Paul has a family on it. Employee and vision plan, probably this person has, again, more people in the family, especially when you consider the health plan is 109 versus 40. And then you can see the taxes are going to be identical for the same amount. So Paul is going to have less money to spend because he has 2 kids and a wife than John in the end. But hopefully John is going to be thinking on the side about saving. Okay, so again, problem. I think we're up to problem 6 on Sandra then. She works $13.50 an hour and works 32 hours. What's her gross pay? What deductions did she have? So you have to do 15% of this number multiplied out, so 0.15 times the product here. And then add that to these 5 numbers and then tell me what the net pay is. Okay, so direct deposit. This is what I do. It goes straight from Fairfax County Public Schools into a bank so that I can then use it. It also goes straight from Fairfax County School to my retirement plan and to the state's retirement plan as well. So there are 2 that I have going. So all I get is literally an email each month. It pops up that it's a PDF file and it looks somewhat like this. And it says this is not a check, and then it gives me the amount, such as this, that I get to spend for the month. Okay, so here are the things we went over, and that is the presentation for the day.